So what is up, y'all? Dubsmine here today, and we are doing the game's preview for the Utah Jazz game today, 7 p.m. Last game, as expected, was a blowout loss. Pretty much, a rest day for all the vets, so not surprising what happened yesterday. One thing to mention is the next two videos after this, the Clippers game and the Bucks game, I think it is, are also going to be recorded today because I'm going to be pretty busy for this next week-ish or so, so I just got to make sure I record those preview videos ahead of time, so those two videos most likely will not have any updated injury reports too much. Like, it's probably going to be pretty short. No words and news to talk about, obviously, because I'm not going to be able to record during the time those games are happening, and I'm doing it all today. And it'll probably be more focused on, the actual game preview than past videos, but then the video length is still probably going to be kind of short, just because that's the only thing to talk about. Kind of the same case today, too, except, today's game against the Jazz, like, I'm actually, on time, or on the day of, so I can actually have updated news. But yeah, those next two videos are going to be a little bit less content, and just gonna be a little bit more quick and easy because I'm gonna be busy and I'm gonna have to make all these videos ahead of time. So Utah Jazz at Chase again. So then 75% with the Warriors, 24%, or 76% with the Warriors, 24% from the Utah Jazz. Makes sense. We should win this game, obviously. We'll look at the injury report. One thing is also JK didn't play that last game because apparently he had a late injury scratch, so that's why he didn't play. But we'll look at our guys here. Will Richard heel is probable for the game against the Jazz. Jonathan Kuminga is questionable, and he probably won't play anyways. Al Horford's not playing because, again, back-to-back, he definitely won't play. He played last night. Steph Curry is listed questionable against Utah. Butler is questionable against Utah, so very interesting. So Draymond definitely was rest. They listed him as that. I remember this. What Steph and Jimmy, they actually didn't list it as that, so we'll see if they actually play. I would expect them to play. I just think they just have them as questionable just in case, but I think they'll probably play. If they don't play, we still should win, but it'll be definitely really tough to win, especially if both Steph and Jimmy don't play. Meanwhile, Utah is Yusuf Nurkic is out against us. Larry Markkinen is probable, so we play. Ace Bailey's out. Georges Niang has been out for a while. This is a very long time ago update. He should be considered week to week, and this was 5 days ago, so probably won't play this game. Walker Kessler, obviously season-ending injuries, so yeah. Then in this case, we definitely should win, regardless of if Jimmy or Steph plays. If they both don't play, then it gets a little iffy, but even then, I still think we should win. That's gonna be it for the injuries. So yeah, Utah, we played them once, I think, before this. Did we lose? I don't remember. Yeah, they played us once. Oh, we did win. So yeah, they only played us once. Yeah, let's look at this. It's been a long time ago, so not the most reliable information, but this was before Thanksgiving, or right before actual Thanksgiving Day. Today I'm probably going to be focused more on the Niners game, obviously, with the big, game to determine #1 seed. I still definitely watch the game, but if it's, overlapping, I'm definitely going to prioritize the 49ers. I'll still be watching both, but again, my main focus is going to be there. This game, Steph was pretty damn good, except from 3. Even then, it's not terrible. So he was popping off. Jimmy was good. Draymond didn't play in this game, though, so that's what happened. But we ended up pretty much blowing them out in a way. Because, yeah, if anything, we won by 17, and they won the fourth quarter by 5, so that means it was a 22-point game at the end of 3. So, yeah, this was a blowout game even without Draymond. Yeah, everyone played pretty solid, if we can continue something pretty good. Hey, Buddy played really well this game. Potts wasn't horrible this game. Will Richard, solid. Trace was okay, too. I don't remember this game, honestly. But again, this should show that this team is someone that we should be beating, especially if they're not going to have Ace Bailey, who played well. Keontae's fine, right? He's playing the game. Yes, he's still there, but yeah, the fact that Ace Bailey didn't play or is not playing and he did really good. Nurkic wasn't horrible. He's still 19, but the whole team was pretty bad anyways in terms of plus minus. They might have had injuries in this game too, but we did a good job on Lowry. That's one thing. We need to do a good job on Lowry. So once we do, we should be fine. And then, yeah, the fact that Ace Bailey won't be playing is a lot of points lost for them, I think. So, yeah. Again, I'm going to change it up and use StatMuse for some of the team stats, because I usually go here and do the team stats, but It's for the whole season, which again isn't the worst indicator ever, but especially with how well teams have played, in the last few games, it can change a lot. I mean, we'll do a quick glance here for the Utah Jazz. So worst defensive team in the league, middle of the pack in terms of offense. They shoot the 3-ball somewhat okay. Their 2-pointers kind of suck, but they do rebound the ball very well, so that's one thing. So yeah, that's kind of like their general gist of it, but we'll look at StatMuse and see their last 10 games as a sample size, because that's probably better. So this is going to be their stats last 10 games for the Jazz. I mean, there's no there might be a better website for something in terms of teams rankings within the league, 30th or 15th, whatever, but I'm totally gonna work out raw numbers. They've been shooting the 3-ball pretty well. 38% is definitely not something to mess with. That's really good. They get to the line pretty often. 30 free throws a game is pretty good too. Rebounds, 44 a game. That's well, I don't know. I'll just look and reference the season averages. Actually, that's probably better. Yeah, rebound 44.7. So they've just been doing what they usually do in terms of rebounding. 43.9. That's not that different. Free throws, 29.7. Yeah, I mean, I just saw that. They attempt a lot of free throws to begin with. They're a good free throwing team, too, so they try to draw a lot of fouls. So, staying disciplined, not fouling is going to be important. So they've continued that trend, and they don't commit a lot of turnovers, 14 a game, which puts them at probably, if opposing turnovers at 13.5 is 26, which means that they're bad at making opposing teams turn the ball over, means that 14 is probably middle of the pack. Especially considering that 15.8 for themselves is also bad. So yeah, it's probably middle of the pack. Yeah, it's probably the middle of the pack-ish. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, so I mean, they've been playing pretty good their last 10 games. They've gone 4-6, not the worst thing ever. I mean, they've won against the Spurs. They won against the Detroit Pistons. They won against Dallas, whatever. And Memphis is kind of whatever too. And it's you lose against Lakers, Denver, Orlando makes sense. Losing to Boston, Clippers, and Memphis is a bit But again, I think they're playing, not bad for their standards. Definitely not something that you can take them lightly, especially, again, considering the teams they won against. So, yeah. Funny enough, though, Ace Bailey isn't even really their best, one of their better scorers this season. It was just that in the game that he played against us, he was pretty good. I don't know. Let's see. What is his stats the last few games, though? That's one thing. Oh, he's been right on his season average these last few games. So it was really just our game that he popped off. I mean, it was also some of these other games here too, but yeah. So it's been kind of struggling. So maybe it's not that much of a detriment that they're losing him, but again, it still hurts for them to lose a player, in terms of the rotation and everything. So yeah. I think, again, we should win this game. I think the X factor is probably going to be Draymond, because, again, he might be playing alone in terms of stars, and shutting down Larry Markkinen is definitely the most important thing ever, because he is their top scorer. And also, if Draymond can have a decent offensive game, and especially in the case that Steph and Jimmy both don't play, even in the case that one of them don't play, to make up for Jimmy or Steph, he needs to score. So, yeah, he's probably going to be the X factor of this game. And yeah, that's going to be it. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.